So, Fast and the Furious, we doing this? We doing this?
I'm fucking. Oh, stop.
All right. We're doing
Let's
it.
get this over with.
All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Nerds on the Block. This is Shamar back again, and then this is a special guest, Hakeem. We're going to be talking about Fast 9, and for those who haven't seen it yet, spoilers ahead, so don't be telling me about how you spoiled the movie for me. What's wrong with you guys? You're so inconsiderate.
You know?
Yeah, so before we get started, I ask you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe to Nerds on the Block.
To the
if you like all our content, please subscribe. Don't be a bhakti, bro. Yeah. And follow us on all our social media platforms. Please and thank you, because you love me so much. So, Fast 9. What did you think about that movie?
Where do I start?
Begin?
Okay, let's start at the very beginning, where Dom went to jail, and his brother still got mad at the fact that he didn't fucking have his back. What do you mean he didn't
I didn't understand that at all. It's like he went through all this trouble. For what? Like, it didn't.
He went to jail for you. He saved your ass. You wanted to beat up the dude that sabotaged
and he's like,
your
I'm sick of living in your shadow, so I'm gonna fucking kill you now. I'm like, that's the stupidest motivation like I've ever heard in a movie. I was sick of living in your shadow, and I hated the fact that you went to jail for me, so I didn't go to jail because, like, what?
Get out of here.
It was so like. They could have taken him out of the movie, and the movie still could have kept going, and it wouldn't have changed the thing. That's how like ridiculous his character was. I didn't like it at all. What they did with his character.
Some real shit, when they did that bridge shit, you know what I'm talking about? The string and fucking wood.
the stunts.
How the fuck can you take a car on a flimsy ass fucking bridge? That's with wood and fucking rope.
Yeah.
While it's hanging off of its edge.
It's a Fast and the Furious movie. They're always going to do
Indiana Jones himself couldn't even fucking pull that shit off. How the fuck are you going to do it with a fucking what? Like a 4-ton car?
Nine movies later, you should be used to the ridiculous. Like, it's like these people can't die. Like, like, you could literally put a gun to their head, fully loaded. And somehow they'll still... Yeah. And the only person that seems to be aware of this is Tyrese Gibson's character. The only person that keeps bringing it's like, how are we still alive? All the things that we do, all the things that we've done, and we're still alive. Like, it's like impossible for them to die. Yeah. Like, I'm convinced that they're not even human. They're the definition of plot armor. Like, the definition of it. Because it's like, no matter what they do, there's so many times where Dom was like, he'll be driving, and then somebody's falling from somewhere, and then somehow miraculously he can catch them. He can catch them. He's moving fast enough that he can catch them with his car, or he'll like hit an object, or like do something in such a way.
John Cena.
Yeah, do something in such a way where the car somehow catches the person.
How the fuck?
And I'm like, that. No, like, I'm sorry.
It's impossible.
Like. Even like superhero movies are not this far-fetched. Like, it's ridiculous how far-fetched these movies are.
Especially Han.
Oh my gosh, there's no justice for Han in this movie. I don't care what anybody says.
Mr. Nobody.
I don't care what anybody says.
I poofed you out of thin air.
What is it? Apparently that. So they're basically saying Tokyo Drift
wasn't
even a thing, because like the only reference to Tokyo Drift was the fact that he was under the car. Even again, Tyrese Gibson, the only woke character in this entire movie franchise, is like, okay, he's getting all mystical. It's like, I thought about life and these important things and Tyrese Gibson's like, bro, you were under a car. There was no way you were getting out of that car, and it exploded like seconds after you got out. Like maybe like a minute or two after he flipped. Somehow he miraculously got out of that, which makes no sense to me.
In what way, shape, or form?
And what, he was like a secret agent the whole time?
On some bullshit, yeah.
He didn't seem like a secret...
With the Asian chick that was whooping ass in the house with what's her face? Fucking Vin Diesel's woman and the next
Michelle Rodriguez,
wife.
Michelle Rodriguez and Jordana Brewster.
That's her
Apparently,
name.
he was taking care of this girl like the entire time. that we've never been introduced to until now, never even caught wind of her, and they have a way of like introducing characters just like randomly and then just expecting us to accept it, like the Shaw, thing, like the Shaw thing, where apparently it was Shaw who flipped his car when he was driving with
because he was one of his agents that went rogue.
So apparently, when that scene in Tokyo Drift where he gets his car flipped, it was Shaw who did that, which I was kind of like.
Mind you, he's an agent of fucking Mr. Nobody's, and he went rogue, and then he flipped Han's car over.
Yeah.
So they were low key working together.
And that I was like, okay, you know what? I'll accept that. It's a little far fetched, right? But okay, I'll take it with a grain of salt. But now you're telling me that he was a secret agent the entire time working for this guy named Mr. Nobody, and apparently everything that happened was supposed to happen. It was all like orchestrated,
fuckery.
Which makes like the Tokyo Drift movie. It's like it wasn't even a thing. Like it was like
it was never part of the franchise.
He was dicking around in Tokyo, and there was never a point where I felt like he was doing anything that pertained to
fuck this film. We made it for no reason.
To his secret agency. Yeah. Like he was never doing anything in that movie that even like remotely said, okay, he's a secret agent, and then he's doing that while he's helping the guy that was in Tokyo Drift. It seemed like it was its own self-contained story, and I was fine with that. And they could have just ran with that. And then they were just like, oh no, apparently he was a secret agent, and then he was in this movie, and then he was in this movie, and he was doing all this stuff, and it was all planned. And I was like, oh my God, this is like that was the only reason why I even wanted to watch this movie, was for them to explain how Han survived all this time. How did he get out of that?
I didn't give a fuck about John Cena. Yeah, I love John Cena. You can't see me, whatever. I love him in wrestling. He's great. But at the end of the day, it's all about fucking Han. How the fuck did you survive, bro? How the fuck did you survive? Like, we all wanted to know, and this is what you gave us?
Yeah, but I like that they brought back like a lot of like old school characters, and there was a lot of old school Easter eggs for like anybody that's a fiend of the Fast series. There's a lot of Easter eggs there, and they showed a lot of old faces, which was good. Like it was nice to see those, like to see Bow Wow come back. Yeah. The one guy that was from Tokyo Drift. Yeah. Like all those little characters, the one Spanish guy, Don Omar came back again,
and then his brother opened the fucking restaurant in Brooklyn.
Yeah. It was nice to see like the little things, and then of course they paid tribute to Brian, aka Paul Walker, So it was nice that they paid homage to him, and they did a really beautiful job. Just kind of like creating those wholesome moments when they happen, like it felt wholesome. But of course, the one thing that we were all expecting them to do, and they did, they sent them to space. And what better characters to send to space
than Tyrese and Luda?
Tyrese and Ludacris. They even have that thing where it's like two mans from the hood
in space
made it to space. Nobody's gonna believe that. And if they told, I wouldn't believe it either. And it's crazy how Ludacris's character started in Too Fast, Too Furious. He was like, what was it, the street race?
He kept saying he was hungry.
He was Ludacris was the street race promoter, and he went from that to being like this calculated science nerd that out of nowhere.
/ martial artist.
Yeah, out of nowhere. Yeah. It was a very interesting trajectory that he's taken since Too Fast, because he had the fro, he had the baggy clothing, everything. And then out of nowhere, he's like, I'm the science nerd now, and I know everything about numbers, and like it's very interesting change. But yeah, like honestly, like that that movie was something else. There's so many
space was something. When they crashed into that satellite, it actually killed me.
Yeah. They crashed, and I was like, "Oh, are they actually gonna kill them all?" I thought they were gonna. And if they did, I was gonna be like, "Okay, you know what?
Right?
You know what? This was wholesome."
That's what we were both thinking.
I would have been sad, but like. Finally, that the whole conversation about them being invincible would have paid off. Mm-hmm. But they just did the whole thing where it's like, oh no, they survive and it's fine. Everything's fine. And it's just they keep stirring the pot with this whole invincibility thing. So like, and they're making two more movies. They're making two more. It's like the movies, they don't want to end this series. I'm telling you, man. And now Tyrese is vouching for them to cross over with the Transformers. Oh my God. It's going to happen.
Cap it.
It's going to happen.
Cap it.
It's going to happen.
No. Go to fucking Transformers on your ones. Stop fucking trying to mingle fucking Transformers with Fast and the Furious. It's not gonna work.
It's gonna happen because people already made jokes about them going to space, and then they went to space. What? They literally went to space. So now the Transformers, it's gonna happen. Especially with all this Transformers hype that's coming around.
Yeah,
it's
the Beast Wars one.
It's gonna happen.
It looks sick.
It's gonna happen. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
I am too.
But yeah, is that your closing thoughts? You don't have anything else left for this movie?
All I have to say is all this. Yeah, no, I have a few things to say actually. Number one, the whole fucking bridge scene where they fucking drive. I touched on this before, but I'm gonna touch on it again. It's physically impossible to do what they did to survive to drive across.
Not in the Fast series.
Damn bridge. I know.
Not
it's
in the
like
Fast
everybody's
series.
Superman. They all have powers, right?
These guys are jumping off cliffs, jumping from one building to the next in a car, and like landing. It's not even like they're barely making it. They always land. They never miss their mark.
After they got the fucking magnets and they drove, and Dom and John Cena fucking flipped that tanker over. Bullshit. And he just barely fucking saved his brother's ass by the skin of his fucking teeth. No.
I don't know, man. Like this series is like, I'm not expecting I'm not expecting a good story, but it is entertaining to see just like, okay, what could they possibly do to top what they've already done? Mm-hmm. That's basically my intrigue at this point. Like the only person that they even committed to killing was two people actually. Dom, the police lady that Dom had a kid with, and Gal Gadot. Yeah. And that was it. Those are the only two characters they committed to. Yeah. Other than that, everybody else is just like they're incapable of dying. They're incapable of they're just like way too perfect, apparently. It's crazy.
And apparently, hot joke. Okay, so Dom mentions in Fast 1 to fucking Paul Walker about his dad dying and mentions the whole crash that you see in the beginning of Fast 9.
Yeah.
So...
yeah, I don't know, man. This movie's on something else.
Stay in touch with it.
But anyway, these were our thoughts for Fast 9. If you have anything to add or anything to dispute, add it in the comments below. Again, please like, comment, and subscribe to Nerds on the Block. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Again, follow us on all our social media platforms, and we'll see you later.
Yo, you still here, dog? Yo, subscribe to the channel, bro. Make sure you hit that notification bell to stay locked on all of our content when it drops.
What's wrong with you guys?
Yeah, bro.
Fuck these guys.
Seriously, like it's so easy, bro. Just click the button, bro.